Who's hungry? The Deli's open. Hey guys, Marco D'Angelo here, back with another edition of Marco's Deli, powered by WagerTalk.com. Guys, we're going to get into this week's show. I've got a couple free winners for you. And before I do, just a quick reminder, if you want to help the channel out, you appreciate these videos, then just give us a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. If you want to help us even more, leave us a comment. Even if it's just to tell me where you're from, all of that helps the channel and makes it easier for us to keep bringing you all of these free videos. All right, let's get to this week's Deli, and we're going to start it off Saturday in hockey as we're going to have Game 2 between Montreal and Carolina. Well, Montreal shocked Carolina in Game 1. And maybe it was just a little bit of rust for Carolina because Montreal jumped on them for 4 goals in the first period, and they went on to win Game 1 6-2. This is a situation where Frederik Andersen for Carolina, who has been absolutely good all playoff long, he had a horrible game that day. And maybe, like I said, it was the rustiness of having all of that time off as they went back-to-back sweeps so far in the playoffs. And they were sitting around a long time waiting for Montreal to finish their series up with Buffalo. But if you go back and look at what Andersen has done in these playoffs, he has allowed 2 or fewer goals in every game until that last one. And after he gave up those 4 goals in the first period, what'd he do over the final 2 periods? Gave up just 1 goal. So he got back on track, and Montreal's final goal, their 6th goal of the game, was actually an empty netter. So I think Andersen got back on track during that game, and I expect a huge effort out of him in the next game. And let's be honest, when you lose Game 1 at home, Game 2 becomes a must-win. There's no way you want to go back out on the road down 0-2. So I look for a big effort from Carolina, and it starts with their goaltender. And Montreal on the other side, their goaltender's pit has been good as well. In 15 playoff games, he's allowed 3 goals or less in 13 of the 15 playoff games. I look for this one to be a low-scoring defensive battle, and I'm going to go under 6 in the Montreal-Carolina game on Saturday. That's Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, before we get to the NBA game on Saturday, I want to tell you what's going on with me. You can jump on board for a big weekend of action. We've got hockey every day. We've got NBA every day, got baseball every day. We even got some WNBA action Thursday night. A very, very good night for us. We hit our big 5% play in the NBA on the New York Knicks, an easy winner for us. And guys, our 5% plays, you know that those have been practically money in the bank. We're now 8-1 with our last 9 5% plays. That's the last 9 over all sports. But if you want to go just to those NBA plays, that win on Thursday night, and by the way, that was my first 5% this season in the NBA. But going back to 2021, March 31st, we have released 13 5% plays. That's 5 years, just 13 plays as 5% plays in the NBA. We're now 12-1 with those plays. When we release a big play, guys, we generally get the job done. So I appreciate everybody that came on board for that big winner. And if you want to come on board for the weekend, you'll get everything I have. You can get a 3-day all-access package for just $49. That's right, just $49 will get you a 3-day all-access package. And if I have another 5% play, it's included in that $49 package. Check it out over at WagerTalk.com. By the way, since February 5th, we are up 45 units for our clients. So good time to jump on board. And speaking of jumping on board, let's head into that final game And we're going to take a look at New York and Cleveland. It'll be game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals in the NBA. And like I said, we were on New York in game 2. The reason for that was I just felt New York was rusty in game 1. They had been sitting around waiting for Cleveland and Detroit to finish their series that went 7 games. And it was just a situation where they got off to such a cold start in that game. Game 1, I thought they would play much better in game 2, which they did. I also felt that Cleveland, they were right to lose the same game twice. You blow a 19-point lead like that on the road when they had game 1 stolen and in their pocket, but they couldn't close it out. It's tough to recover from that. And I think they had that hangover effect in game 2. Also, you look at it from the New York standpoint. It was one of the points I made in my analysis. Because they won game 1, and in fashion they won game 1, they still needed to get game 2. You have to hold serve in the playoffs. And there's the old cliche, it's not a series until the home team loses a game. Well, I don't think the home team's going to lose a game, at least through the first 3. I like Cleveland to get the job done. Now, they're laying -2.5 is the current number here. And when I'm looking at a team -2.5, and I'm looking at the money line at -135, I'm going to go -135 on the money line and not lay the 2.5. Even though my projections have Cleveland winning by 5 or more, the better play is to go money line -135 at -2.5. And that's what we're going to do here. I look for them to get right back in the series here. And let's not forget, Cleveland has been Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. They're very good at home, very bad on the road. That was one of the other reasons why we were looking for the Knicks in game 2, is Cleveland was just 2-6 straight up on the road in the playoffs. But they've won all of their games but one at home this playoff season, as they are 6-1 straight up. So for play number 2, it is Cleveland money line for you guys. And that's going to be it for this week's Marco's Deli. I hope you appreciate these and enjoy these videos. And if you do, like I said, help me out. Just give me a thumbs up here on the video. Let me know that you like the videos and you appreciate the work that we provide for you. And leave me a comment. Tell me what you think about these 2 games. Do you like the Knicks or do you like Cleveland? What do you think about the hockey matchup on Saturday? Tell me where you're watching from. I always love seeing where everybody is tuning in from across the country and across the globe. And until next week here on the Deli, let's eat good, guys, this week. I'll be back with some more tasty treats for you next week here on Marco's Deli. Have a great weekend, guys. See you next week.